Welcome, welcome to our April Mastery Monday. We get to do it right on the first of the month. How special. How special is that to begin the month together here, to gather and enjoy each other and create a beautiful space. I've been really keen on what's been happening in the greater field and what's been really showing itself in the last few days, particularly, is this really grand opportunity to really go into a real observation, a real neutral space, a real space to take a step back and reflect on life, reflect on ourselves, come into that deep awareness, and uh, and really take note of what it is that is feeling really aligned, what isn't, and really come into more harmony. So we're going to just begin with our short grounding meditation, and then we'll go into more information, go right into the ah, meditation, and then we'll have some time to share at the end. So we'll be here for about an hour. So just take a deep breath in. Mm. As we take a deep breath in, just welcoming, inviting your awareness to be here in this moment. Inviting your awareness to just be welcomed into your body, to your space. And as you're doing that, you can also just breathe around into your energy body to release any and all cords from your physical body, from your energetic body. Asking any and all energies that are no longer needed to be here in your space, any energies, any entities, anybody else, person, place, or thing, to go back to source or to where it needs to go, calling on white light around your body. And as you call that white light around your body, just noticing your energy body and welcoming your energy body to be a part of your breath as you're breathing in and out of your physical body, allowing your breath to also breathe with your energy body. Ooh, yeah, and as we do this, more and more energies will begin to leave our bodies in spaces that are no longer needed to be here. Hmm. Allowing the white light to create an opportunity for you to just expand into your space, to let your mind, your body come together in quietness as we allow that white light to flow from the top of the head down through the face, the neck, upper back and chest, the mid torso, the lower torso, back, and all the way down through the floor, through the earth, to be welcomed by a beautiful light in the center of earth. Welcoming this light as it flows down the central channel to just any thoughts, any emotions, any feelings, that they get to go into this source, clear white light, to dissolve, deepening your breath, inviting yourself here more, to be present for you today, to be present for what's present for you today and what we will be opening into in time together, and all that gets to be shared as we call in any guides in their highest. Yeah, good. I'm just going to welcome a nice golden light around our space for everyone present and all that are on the replay to deepen your connection to yourself, letting the room also receive this white light for any and all energies that are no longer needed in the room. Good. Ooh, go. as we welcome our inner strength and wisdom and clarity and soul to be present here, support us and guide us today in the most optimal way. Having gratitude for all of us here and all that will be on the replay, for all the energy and the consistency and the connection and the devotion to ourself that keeps us coming together and aligned in harmony. Feeling your feet, feeling your body, feeling the space around you. Ah, wonderful. Thank you. And just welcoming yourself here. If you wish to, write in chat where you're calling in from, as we will go and allow the energy of the lands here to connect below us too through this heart-centered space, so that the grid is also alive. Yeah, Tara, thank you. Montana, beautiful. So today, as I'm tuning into the energy and what was coming in to share, it just felt like, we have a moment to breathe. We have a moment, just go, okay. We have just a short window here to allow ourselves to settle in more, to deepen our connection to our bodies more, to just take a breath and integrate for a moment. A lot's been moving through. So, uh, beautiful. Oh, good. We got a good representation. We got north, west, east, central. Great. Thank you. And just really giving ourselves that opportunity to sit in a quiet space together where we get to ah, breathe, get into our bodies even more, and allow all that's been coming up for us, all that's been showing itself to us, to start to integrate more fully as we are going to create a very strong space of neutrality today to go, okay, let's look at my life as if it's just something that's happening over here, and I just get to look at it. I just get to look, I just get to witness, I get to observe, and then start to take those points where you're like, oh, I don't want to look at that, or oh, that's great, and start weaving those feelings together and those experiences together so that we can really take in the self-acceptance that wants to happen right now. Because through this equinox and eclipse portal, that's, we have the totality of the eclipse happening next Monday. And then after that, it just feels like there's going to be like a whoosh, like a astrologically and energetically, all the transitions that are taking place right now. We're going to be going into kind of like an upwelling, another real big wave of purging, a real big wave that's going to go underneath and deeper all of the stuff that's been arising and coming up over the past few weeks already. So now we have this window to go, okay, what areas of myself, what areas of myself am I still like, ooh, don't want to touch that, or ooh, don't, still in judgment around, or still having some disconnect from, or places that we're still going, I'd really like to, engage with this, but I'm not really getting the information or the clarity around, right? There's an opportunity to just go into that space and really allow that information to come through, and that space to have a safe, supported space to go into those places that feel like they're still a little tender. And this can be, we're going to be going through this life, we're going to look through lifetimes that have been showing up, because I know that's been happening a lot too. There's been a lot of cross threading right now in the mind and in the bodies, as the divinity of ourself is really popping, is really wanting to come alive, is really saying, hey, let's do this, let's have this experience, which maybe creating a whole new perspective on life, or making completely different choices, or going, whoa, this needs to move, I need to move in that direction, and that's a little scary, or whatever it is, right? It's really going, yeah, yeah, let's do this. Let's let's muster up all of our inner strength and power and say yes, and connect. And I'm just really feeling this, especially, I'm on day 7 of a all liquid, cleanse in my body. It was just like, got to do it. Just information, the guidance came through, and it was like, yep, I'm doing it. And this is, I think, the easiest one I've ever done. It's just flowing really smoothly. I'm not having those, super intense, hangry, like, oh my God, and I've been really busy. And so it's just been like, wow, it just shows me how much the field is holding that sense of clarity right now, is holding that sense of, okay, we've got you right now. Whatever the guidance is calling for, and we listen to that, boom, the stability will be there within it, right? So it's such a clear field for us right now to just say yes to whatever is arising, whatever the guidance is, whatever the intuition is, whatever's coming through. That harmony, that resonance is so strong that when we don't listen, that's where the more tension is going to come in, because the resonant field is so saying yes to us, so saying yes to who we are, so saying yes to everything that's wanting to drop in for us and continue to connect with so deeply, that the churnings of the experience of when we don't say yes is really going to create that, okay, I have to say yes no matter what, right? Because there's a lot of discomfort in the tension of not, right? So this is where we get to go into that, I'm ready to experience the totality of myself. I'm ready to experience the totality of myself. Let the world out there do whatever it's doing, because that is also coming into totality of what needs to happen, right? And drop in as deep as possible to the self. Dropping in as deep as possible to the self. This is where we're at right now. So just letting that be maybe a foundation of going into this meditation today, is saying, okay, how deep can I reach in today? How deep can I connect today? How much am I willing to see? How much am I willing to feel? How much am I willing to open to? And so as I was tuning in with the earth and the sun and the central sun and the rest of our, creative unified field, there was a lot of there's a lot of gratitude and joy for those of us who are stepping into this field, who are saying yes, who are deepening this process. And also there was just this fluid stream of light, this really, what I was talking about for those of you who are in the cosmic union, when we were talking about how everything's also just like the central sun and parts of those things were just coming to a stop, to be like, okay, we need to take a break. Like even even the highest realms and the highest, master beings of our reality, we're like, break time. We're shutting down for a little bit. You guys got to do whatever you got to do. And then now everything's coming back online. And, we just went through also this weekend where, we talk about Easter, and pretty much every creation story has some sort of death and rebirth in the 3 days, right? Just like, Easter follows, the Jewish Christianity, but really the pagan, the pagan piece. And so this is where we get to allow ourselves, our continual death and rebirths, our continual transmutations, our continual spaces, and really allowing that clarity of our space to say, okay, I'm willing to I'm willing to go deep within the womb. I'm willing to go deep within the void. I'm willing to go deep within the cave of quietness and disconnect to, the rest of the world if needed for me to come out again, refreshed, rejuvenated, with clarity. And it just feels like things are right now when we step into the motion, like just for example, like, I pretty much sometimes I'll work on the weekends, I'll do some emails or whatever. And this weekend I was like, no, not doing a thing. And then I woke up this morning, just hang out with my son, hang outside, do some errands, go for a hike, just, do what I like to do on the weekends. And and then all of a sudden I woke up this morning like, oh crap, I gotta take care of this, I gotta take care of that, and all these emails and all this stuff and all this. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Yeah. And then within like an hour, it was all done. It's like taken care of, and so it's like recognizing that, when we feel that tension of the busyness or things in life that are calling our attention, right? It's like going, oh, right, just step into it. Just step into it. It's there to be done, and it'll be done in its fluid time, and its fluid creation. And that's exactly what we're stepping into. This fluid, this really fluid, that liquid light experience, right? Where when we accept what's before us, we accept ourselves, we accept the motions that we've taken to get here. It's like we're just, you know, merrily, gently rolling down the stream, right? And that's what we get to call in right now. And that's what we get to ride. We're going to ride that gentle stream today. So let's do that. Let's go into meditation. Yeah, and things are happening on the computer right now. It says it's live streaming, but it says it's not. Okay. Let's see. I just want to double check. I don't know. Just want to double check Facebook real quick because some people were on there. Now it says it's not. Feels like my computer's been doing weird things today too, which I don't doubt because it's such an interesting. Because it's such an interesting. Okay, let's do this. Let's start our meditation. So just welcoming you all here into an opportunity to deepen your connection to self, deepen your clarity with self, deepen that space where your intuition, your inner guidance, your inner soul, your inner heart, that pure heart, just holds you and allows and speaks to you. And the greatest beauty that's available and clarity that's available in this moment for you. So let's take a moment to, we're going to invoke the quantum love sanctuary. This is just a field of energy that holds each one of us in our individual space in the highest frequency and vibration that our soul is holding us at right now, that source energy that the field is holding ourselves right now. So just welcoming a field of energy around your body as we allow this, as we support this coming in. Each one of you at a different vibration and frequency and color. All of you on the replay also receiving this. To give ourselves a nurturing, nourishing, loving, compassionate space that's soothing and quiet. And holds all that we need within it. all that we need on an energetic level, all that we need on a physical level, all that we need in every way. And just welcoming this to surround you, above you, below you, in front of you, behind you, all sides of you. And just welcoming it to be as close to your body or as expanded as needed. Ooh, yeah, beautiful. And as we also bring this around the whole space to create the synergy of all the energy that's here in this moment. Ah, just welcoming deep breath into your belly. Deep breath into your belly. And just exhaling if you wish to. Just allowing your shoulders to drop and your arms to feel relaxed and your hands gently resting. Allowing your face to relax, your eyes, your cheeks, your jaw. As you breathe in, just welcoming more space and circulation through the physical body and the energy body. As we open our breath into our midsection and just welcoming our solar plexus and our sacral and our root to relax into our hips, feeling ourselves sit in our seat, wiggling your hips if you need to, or rolling your shoulders if you want to, and just letting yourself really feeling your body in your seats. You feel this energy in your breath go through your legs, down your calves, and through your feet, and letting this energy flow all the way down through your feet into the earth as well. Letting yourself rest here. As you do so, starting to breathe through the heart, really allowing your breath to expand through your heart, the physical heart, in gratitude for its consistency and the rhythm and the beat of your life, of course, flowing through the body. And then the high heart, the pure heart, and the thymus gland, welcoming the energy to flow through, optimizing the clarity of the physical body and the immune system and all that gets to flow in through your soul, through your higher mind. Welcoming the opportunity to just create a connection with yourself here, through your breath, through your heart, through your body. And through this, also going into a space of welcoming neutrality, welcoming acceptance. Welcoming an opportunity to come into neutrality of the self, all levels of the self, the mind, the heart, the body, the higher self, all the energy bodies. Just neutral, observing, witnessing. That in neutrality you can be centered and open and free. Free of any polarity, free of any judgment, free of any division or separation or disconnect, to welcoming yourself into the deepest space of wholeness within neutrality. The wholeness within neutrality. The wholeness within neutrality. Inviting the body, the heart, the mind, the higher self, and all that you are to this space of neutrality. That in this place, you're giving yourself the opportunity to connect with yourself. Maybe just seeing in your mind's eye or intending or visualizing and welcoming the totality of your life to be present before you in a clear white light. We get to open up a communication here with the self. We get to open up a communication with the wholeness of the self as it is now. I'm just asking for anything within that whole, in that part of the self that wants to make itself known to you. That is saying, need some acknowledgement, some connection. Any parts of the self that you may be judging, or any parts of the self that you may be avoiding, or any parts of the self that you may be resisting, or any parts of the self that you may be just holding off. Just asking for any of those in this gentle, nourishing, supportive space to present themselves. And welcoming them into a neutral space of acknowledgement. Neutral space to allow any vision, sensations, information to come through about them. Just say, what do you need right now? What would you need? What would you like right now? How can I relate to you better? Or just more lovingly, more connected? Welcoming that through, just giving yourself the opportunity to say, okay, what part of me is willing and open to make some shifts or adjustments or bring in more acceptance and love to this space of myself. Just welcome any part of the body to speak to you too. Where is that being felt in the physical body? And breathing into that part of the body, just saying, okay, let's communicate, let's connect. As we bring in the frequencies of forgiveness and compassion to self, creating a space here to allow the mind, the body to receive the light of support, the light of connection. Just welcome anything else that wants to arise. Welcoming an opportunity for your heart, your higher self, to welcome you into a deeper space of communication, connection, acceptance right now. As you allow that in, just seeing where it may also butt up against something that needs some acknowledgement. Yeah, good. Welcoming it into light to transmute into the connection that you would like to have with yourself. Seeing inner children coming alive here too, to support the experience and also to be held in this healing and all. Yeah, we're going to go through just seeing as you continue into this deeper self-exploration of the heart, the mind, the body, your field of acceptance, and acknowledging all that's showing up for you. Yeah, good. Any physical experiences, any energetic experiences, seeing to hold the thread of your life, of this life, from the soul agreement to come into this body till now, and all the experiences, and a light, a healing light to clear, resolve, dissolve, transmute into the highest soul energy of yourself through all of these pieces that you're witnessing, and also through all the timelines here. A lot of shrouded perspectives clearing in this moment. And whatever perspective you have of yourself, maybe taking a moment to reflect upon, what does full acceptance of the self mean? What would that create? Full acceptance of this life, this body, the experiences, the choices. Oh, yeah. Liberation, freedom, joy, contentment. Yeah. Keep that going. Really breathe through the heart into that. Really breathe through the heart into that. Letting it clear, open any physical parts of the body, any energy that wants to move. Breathing deeply if needed. Just notice if you're holding your breath, and if so, just really opening into those places of any tension or resistance. Welcoming that softness, nourishment, support. Yeah, good. Just really being held here too by a lot of beautiful, supportive beings of our higher self and our guides to just create the beautiful stream of energy that allows the geometry of our energy body through the soul to really create that strength and connection. The heart, the body. Strengthen our capacity to deepen into ourself, to deepen into ourself. Seeing any behaviors that we have or had, any judgment or guilt or shame, you're just going to welcome those. So that we can call our power back from them, to let them dissolve with forgiveness and compassion, and also bringing through the behaviors we'd like to have with ourselves or others or experiences. Notice in any of the behaviors towards yourself where we also may be projected onto others, or any thoughts about others that are really about you. Just welcome the opportunity to observe them, to witness them, to reflect upon them with neutrality, forgiveness, and openness to accept all of these parts of yourself, all the parts that have experienced, behaved, been through the wounds of life or the misconceptions of life, the experiences of life, perceptions that we've taken on of the conditions and ideas and concepts. Just letting yourself be washed in a brilliant light of acceptance, of deep acceptance. Welcoming pure love to envelop your body, your heart, your mind, your whole being. Pure love of acceptance. We're giving ourselves the opportunity to just free the energy that we're holding around any of these pieces. As you do so, taking a few moments to go a little deeper. Really feeling your breath deep into your body, the presence deep into your body, the neutrality deep within the body, the acceptance deep within the body, the pure love coursing through the depth of the tissue of your body to all the way out to the outer edges of your that we hold the current level of acceptance and welcome in more and more and more. Just sitting here with this for a moment. Beautiful. And as you welcome this opportunity, just any of the emotions that have arisen, I'm just going to welcome a softness around any grief, any challenge, any anger, any just welcoming in the opportunity to create a clear stream of light through all of the emotions and all the parts of the body or energy bodies that are holding them. To allow the sacredness, the divinity, the balance, the harmony that is within you. Thread all of these pieces of your life, of your experiences, of your thoughts, of your feelings together into balance, for freedom, connection to self, connection to all that is. Welcoming the fluidity of life to flow in the moment. Welcoming your power and your presence to be here now. Welcome your truth. Welcome your power. Embody even more deeply through every breath to allow you to walk, to feel, to see, to be what is aligned for you in each moment. As source within your body. Just taking a deep breath in, just welcoming all of these energies to integrate, to know that you can come into this space again if needed, when needed. Allowing the opportunity to settle into the body. Maybe breathing through the heart and saying yes to yourself, saying yes to the continued self-reflection, continual self-acceptance, the continual healing, and all that presents itself to you, all that is conscious and unconscious, more freedom and connection of you, for you, through you. if you wish to, just welcoming yourself to your body, feeling your feet and your hands. Taking a deep breath in, welcoming, welcoming your life to come into integration and resonance with all that you just reflected upon, accepted, and allowed for yourself. That you will integrate and all will continue to open up for you as needed. Mhm. Yeah, just feeling a beautiful thread of softness, that ability to nurture the self and really take into account all that is still needing some attention, that it can be done so from this place of support, from this place of softness, from this place of love and forgiveness, connection. That we be gentle with ourselves and allow any of those pieces of judgment or avoidance to continue to lessen. The hard structures of ourself are transmuting, transmuting with the truth of our being. That it's all okay as it is. It's all okay as it is. Let's welcome you to the space here. Ah, wow, 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 wow. Thank you. Just really incredible, beautiful. Saw so much lifting, shifting, freeing itself, and just really would like to hear if any of you have anything you want to share. You can write it in chat, or you can raise your hand next to participants or chat, or just go ahead and mute yourself to share. I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, what a serene, sweet energy. Wow, really held in the beauty of life supporting us in these deep spaces, life supporting us to allow these connections to happen with a little bit more openness and acceptance and allowance. So, yeah, I'd like to share. I definitely saw a lot shift when the inner child came in, when we went from agreement to come into this body through now. There was just like a whole lot that just cleared just from that thread of life, those threads of life. And then through the lifetimes, it was like, okay, it's time to wrap some of this stuff up. Time to wrap some of this stuff up. We're not carrying it anymore. We're not cycling it anymore. We're not looping it anymore. And this is the part of that totality that's happening. It's like, okay, shifting the spectrum of our creative experience, right? Into something new. Something new. And that new we may not know. And so sometimes as these things come up to, it's kind of like some of them have been our lifeline in some ways, right? That protection or defense or whatever. Now it's going, let's let's loosen all that energy up and go, whoa, there's a whole nother field of life waiting for us, like ready for us, of who we are. That's coming in, that's landing, that's wanting to really, take us in a whole new direction and a whole new capacity and a whole new level of life experience. And so in those moments of discomfort, we were like, ooh, it's time to it's time to put these things aside, and I don't know what's going to be in its place. And really sitting in that place of being okay with that, being okay with that, like I said in the beginning, that field is so strong right now to hold us steady, to hold us through this. This is like, you know Using this as a reference, like I do sometimes, the Indiana Jones movies or any of the movies where you have to trust that there's something there when you're stepping off the cliff, right? The bridge is there, the bridge is here. And we know the bridge is kind of like going into the space. Well, if I'm here and I am in this space of creating these changes and I'm receiving this information in, or I'm in this space, then I know the bridge exists. Or else this wouldn't be happening, right? There wouldn't be a bridge for me. So it is recognizing the bridge is there, the bridge exists. So, yeah, does anybody want to share? Wow, it's quiet. It's a quiet day. Quiet day. Everyone's kind of still in it, huh? Yeah. So, just kind of being, in that subtlety and the subtleties of life that are really pronounced right now. The subtleties of life where it's like, whew, there's these little upgrades of the body that are happening within the big ones, that are just maybe we're getting pummeled with and maybe are really showing up really big in our awareness or in our experience, and then all the subtleties that come with that. That's the space where if we're in the intensity but we drop into the body and we go into that deep self-reflection, then those really intricate subtleties can start to speak to us, to where the bigger pieces that are landing or we're feeling, we have more connection. Oh, Cindy, I must have slept through most of it because I have such little recall. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So maybe listen again just to the meditation part if that feels good to you. But it just feels like it, was really deeply reaching into the recesses of your field that really wanted the mind out of the way. So it would be interesting to see what arises for you through the rest of the day, or what comes through as an insight or a reflection, or something like that, uh, as it integrates. Yeah, just seeing a lot. Feels like it was unwinding a lot from the past, like this, like as you're shifting yourself and coming into more clarity, it's like there's so much still kind of like needing to unwind from this lifetime, where you're still holding a lot of energy around experiences or people. Felt like it just wanted to go right there. And create some relief. So just maybe reflect on that and notice what comes alive for you to reflect upon with that. Yeah. I'll just read this, Charmaine, and then you can come on and speak. Yeah, thank you, Manisha. Wow. Yeah, I was knocked out. We were seeing, it was a beautiful process. When you first started the process, I saw and felt the presence of Lord Jesus, so befitting it as it's Easter. Wow, yeah. The resurrection. I was knocked out momentarily, saw some colors, beautiful. Yeah. Guess we went super deep to just poof, take the mind out of the way, right? Get the mind out of the way. Yeah, really beautiful. Yeah, this whole idea of this, the resurrection or the resurgence. It's going, wow, how can I reflect upon myself that I'm bringing myself alive? Like, in each moment, what am I willing to reflect upon and accept, so I can die to that and come alive to this, or transmute that to embody this, right? So yeah, really beautiful. Yeah, Charmaine, if you'd like to come on and share, you can unmute yourself.
Hi. I the when we connected with the inner child, then I've learned over the years that my inner child is a lot more wiser than I am. Boy, she hasn't deserted me while I messed up over the years. Made wrong choices. But anyways, she kind of put her hands on my cheeks, and she just looked at me and said, it's time to step out of victim mode. You're not a victim. And that, it's really time to embrace our power as co-creators in all of this, and to bring joy into it, and laughter, and just be excited about what's coming, just that joy.
Thank you, Charmaine, for sharing that. Really beautiful. I love that. The inner child is always wiser, right? It's like that innocent, free part of us that, didn't want to, before we took on life, that divinity within us that knows our true self, that knows, what we came here to be and create, and that clarity, and just really beautiful to shift the program of a victim. Yeah, that's huge. It's huge. And I think that's a big one right now in this reality, especially as we're pulling ourselves, unplugging from so many of those systems, of maybe our experiences in our life, but also the grander systems of what have been held on this planet, right? And as that happens, and we're watching the outside world even going, whoa, going, that's not my story. That's not my story, right? It's happening and I'm in the field of it, but I'm not taking it on. I'm not living that story, right? And the power of doing that is huge because we draw our power from it, and then we get to embody and live our life. We get to embody and live our life and let everything that's happening in the world happen, because it's all a part of this process. It's all a part of the elevation of our experience, you know, all of it. And so that victim space is massive to go, wow, anywhere that we are feeling someone did something to us, or, and just even the words you were using, just an opportunity to go, the mistakes or the wrong choices, going, wow, can we shift the language around that and go, whoa, was that, why do I want to still hold the idea that it was wrong or bad or whatever? And just kind of allow that space to go, well, where can I come into just recognizing what it was for me, where it was coming from? And that was a part of me that just didn't know or couldn't make a different decision. And can I have acceptance and love around that part of myself? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a beautiful place to be when we can shift that perspective of going, whoa, I made a bad choice. Yeah, we can say that in hindsight. We can say that in hindsight, right? But then going, wow, what was I going through at that time? What was really happening for me at that time? Where was I? Where were my thoughts? What was I wrapped in? What was I wrapped up in? And going, wow, let's look at all those pieces that I was wrapped up in, and have compassion for them, and have that acceptance, and even, and then pull our power back from that and say, soothing the self, nurturing the self, you know, in that beautiful way. So thank you, Shirley. Yeah. Carol, I was experiencing big anxiety, resistance, and loops yesterday, and it was painful. So I had to have the courage to do the biggest releasing ever and true self love. So this was helpful today. Thank you. Oh, wow, Carol, thank you for sharing that. Yeah. Whew. I'm grateful that we were able to do this today to support you after what you experienced yesterday. And wonderful to create and be in the courage to go into, what was present, so that you could release and be in the self-love. Beautiful. Ah, yeah. Anybody else? Thank you. Yeah, Tara saying that's beautiful, Charmaine. Yeah, Monisha, thank you, Kristen, for interpreting, explaining about the resurrection. Absolutely. So that we get to kind of shift from that idea of, something happening to us, like from the outside, rather than just going, wow, what was my choice in this? What was my creative, because we were, we were there. So we were a part of creating it. And so going, okay, why am I choosing this? Why did I choose that? Or what am I willing to continue to choose? Right? What am I willing to continue to choose as a perspective or a behavior, or a way of being, or a way of experiencing life, a way of seeing life, feeling life, myself. Whew. Yeah. Yeah. Would anybody else like to share? There's just feeling deeply that place within us that has, been programmed so deeply with that idea of a victim or sacrificing ourselves or everybody else has power over me or my experiences have power over me or the world has power over me, right? And going, ooh, if we can, when we step back into that full embodiment of the self, like, no, I'm choosing. If that's the perspective I'm having and seeing, then I'm choosing that. They're not choosing that for me. Right. And so that's where we get to also deeply connect with the inner child and say, okay, I recognize all those moments that you saw something or felt something as having that energy over us, and going, all right, that's normal, that's a normal behavior. And it's also something that we can shift now. We can make a different choice. Right. So it's funny because I remember as a child, and I'm sure some of you do too, maybe just thinking like, who are they to even tell me what I can or can't do? I had those thoughts as a kid. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was the one that was supposed to be, having fun and doing my thing. What are you talking about? Yeah. My challenge has been being an empath, a physical and emotional and spiritual empath. I feel all. So that feeling of being a victim is not all about me, but feeling it all. I feel that. And empathy is a strength. But what happens, yeah, Carol, you have that too. So let's talk a little bit. I'll just talk a few minutes on empathy before we close out. Empathy, a lot of times, if we're coming in with a lot, of this lifetime, and maybe we've experienced a lot as a child where it was uncomfortable or there were challenging experiences, right? We tend to take it all on, right? And then we have this idea growing up or whatever, as we learn spirituality, that empathy is something that, oh, we're oversensitive or we're, whatever. Really, empathy a lot of times comes from traumatic experiences. Empathy comes from coming into this life a lot of times with one, knowing that we're here to create change and that we're going to be experiencing some really difficult things so that we can embody the part of us, the strength of us, and the part of us that is here to do that. And so a lot of times our empathy actually gets stuck as our wound, not as our strength. Right. And so empathy is actually most of the time when we're going, I can't handle it because I'm too empathic. It's mostly because the empathy is still working through the trauma and the wound, not because you're able to just have a clear picture of what's going on. And so it hits the emotions, it hits the thoughts because it's still going through the energetic body of the wounds and the trauma. And so, yes, we can be really sensitive beings, but we can also not be empathic in what I call the wounded empathic, rather the empowered empathic, if that makes sense. So if we're going, oh, I'm empathic, I feel it all, I can't I can't do this. It's going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Where in my field am I still letting all this stuff in because I'm still operating through the lens of my wounds? Rather than going, oh, wait, yep, all that's happening. I don't need to take on that. I don't need to take it on. So it's creating a practice. It's something I had to do too. I had to because I was, watching everything going on in people's bodies and feeling what was happening. It was like, whoa, the earth and the whole thing. And it's like, whoa, it's going, wait, that's not healthy for my body, my mind, my experience to take all that on. where inside of me am I allowing that in? Where am I allowing all of that in? Where am I, we can call it leaks in the energy body, holes in the energy body, or the traumas or the wounds or whatever, right? Where is my nervous system still attuned that I have to make sure that I'm aware of everything going on so I can have some sort of safety? Or where am I holding that victim mode that I have to take everything on because, and then it derails us from our own self experience. So it's a really big chunk, to really start to play with and take acknowledgement of, so that we're not, you know, um, allowing our system to still be attuned to taking it on so much like that. So yeah, Carol, empowered empathic. Yes, thank you. You're welcome, Carol. Yeah, yeah. Whew. So when we notice, for any of us that notice when we're taking something on from somebody else or the collective or whatever, going, okay, I'm feeling that, I'm sensing that, where am I taking that in? And it's just giving me an idea. Maybe we can do a class on this, a little workshop on this, because it seems to be such a big thing for people. Knowing that it's huge. What happens when we are more attuned to, our the external reality. So yeah, so great. I appreciate everyone that shared and what you're bringing through and the opportunity to connect today. Just wanted to see if anyone. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. So just taking this energy with you and this clarity or new perspective or experience with you today to optimize your experience of what you're creating, and choosing, and just noticing what wants to come alive for you. um, and I just wanted to make a quick announcement. I'll be going to Egypt starting. I'll be leaving 2 weeks from today, and actually 2 weeks from yesterday, and just going to be offering an opportunity to receive healings and upgrades and readings from Egypt. So I'll be putting that link to that form to see the information there uh, in the replay of this, and then I'll be sending out other emails throughout the week. But I just want to let you know I'm excited to go there. It's a beautiful homecoming for me, and looking forward to what I get to create and healing for others through that experience as well. And yeah, so and if you gifted for our time together today, thank you. And if you wish to, the links are in the emails as well to do that. So I'm really just looking forward to see what we all get to embody and create through this next, few weeks or so, and what's really coming alive for us, and what we're choosing, and what we're allowing, and what's really uplifting us right now. And so really just going into that place, that sense of self, and knowing, okay, what's uplifting me right now, what's really allowing that experience, and kind of go, okay, I'm going to create that as a foundation, as a lift off point, as a reflection point to continue whatever that deeper self reflection and acceptance is opening up for me, to stay that into that deeper place within the self, as we neutrally connect with ourselves as well as neutrally connect with the rest of the world, right? So that it's like, whoa, I'm just going to go in, go in, go in, and let that inward space, guide so strongly. And the deeper we go in that space of deeper connection, the stronger our energy field becomes, the stronger our space becomes, the stronger our clarity and connection becomes, right? Because we're choosing to not get entangled so much with the past or the externals, and that we can relate to the external with more clarity and connection as well. So just really creating that as an opportunity to move forward with, as we're solidly being held right now to do that. So even just knowing that, just trusting in that, that our souls, our higher selves, our guides, the other beings that are uplifting this reality, they're weaving it together to create a beautiful network of support. whole field right now. So let's just take a breath of gratitude for this space, for this container, for each other, for all that was brought through, and that we just continually get to say yes to ourselves and yes to just radiating this brilliant light of love and connection that we have already cultivated with ourselves that gets to support even more of that. Support ourselves, support each other as a collective, support Earth and all that is, and being whole in the totality of our being. Mhm. Beautiful. Thank you. Just taking a deep breath in, knowing that if you wish to, you can allow this quantum love sanctuary that's around you to just stay with you for the rest of the day if you wish, just to stay in that nice bubble of, sweetness, connection, and support. And I appreciate all of you greatly and look forward to those of you who listen to the replay, what you get to share on the replay as you come in. So may you go forth in your day with love and happiness and gratitude and connection and whatever other qualities you'd like to create in your life throughout your day. And look forward to our next time that we get to connect. So be well, you all. It's really nice to see you all. Thank you.
Safe travels and blessings on your trip.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Cindy. Be well.
Bye bye now. Have a great day.